Hello friends, good morning. Bcom semester 1 HRM. So guys, we already have completed our unit 1 and in the unit 1 we have completed first and second chapter and we have also finished the second unit. In the second unit we have discussed chapter 1 and chapter 2. Our last chapter was the recruitment. Now guys, we are going to start our new chapter, that is human resource development. This is a third chapter of the unit 2. So this is a very small chapter. As you can see over here that we only need to discuss few points in the chapter. So let's discuss what is human resource development. So guys, let's start with the basic introduction of the chapter, that what is human resource development and why it is required. So here let's read. Nowadays in organizational environment, changes take fast hands. In order to respond to changes in the environment, an organization requires to adopt a new technique. The vitality of human resources to a nation and to industry depends upon the level of its development. Organizations to be dynamic should process dynamic human resources. Organization can develop, change, and excel if it possesses develop human resources. So, guys, here you can understand from the introduction that if any organization needs to, if any organization wants to be a dynamic, if any organization wants to work properly and wants to keep impact on the market, then it must have to have a dynamic manpower. It must have to have a dynamic human resources, because if the employees of the organization is fully trained and if they are properly developed, then the work they do in the organization will also be the dynamic. So guys, if an organization wants to be a dynamic in the market, it must have the developed human resources. Organization need to give a proper training to their human resources to be the dynamic organization. Now guys, we will see the meaning of human resource development, that what is the human resource development exactly. Here, let's read. Different authors had tried to give the definition of human resource development, but this concept is not yet conceived. This concept of human resource development was first introduced by Leonard Nadler in 1969. Some of the important definitions of human resource development are as under. So, guys, here in this paragraph, you need to focus on this time that is given. That if, as you know, that your exam will be of the multiple choice questions, is you will be given you need to give an exam on the basis of MCQs. So in the MCQ, this question can be asked by the name of the author or by the time. So you need to remember the name of the author as well as the time, that when was the concept of human resource development first introduced or by whom. So this is what to focus on, and now we will read the definition of the human resource development. So guys, according to Leonard Nadler, human resources development means those learning experience which are organized for a specific time and designed to bring about the possibility of behavioral change. So guys, human resource development means it is a kind of learning. It is a kind of a specific time and design something to get bring in the human resources. And now we will see the second definition according to Sri T. Vektaswara Rao. Human resource development is a process by which the employees of an organization are helped in a continuous planned way to we help our employees for what? For acquire or sharpen capabilities required to perform various functions associated with the present or expected future roles. So we train our employees, we train our human resources to do the work or to do the functions they are given by the organization properly. Now, second, to develop their general capabilities as individual and discover and exploit their own inner potential for their own or organizational purposes. So we also need to train them so that they can use their inner skills to give a proper service to the organization, as well as they are developed individually also. And by doing such human resource development process, We develop an organizational culture in which superior subordinate relationship, teamwork, collaboration among submits are strong and contribute to the professional well-being and motivation and pride of the employee. So guys, here we also focus on the mental and the psychological thing of the manpower, because when when we have decided to do the development of our human resources, then they are mentally trained also. We give them such an environment, we train them to do we can say to do the superior subordinates collaboration, to have a good teamwork in the organization, to have a collaboration among submates and strong and contribute to the professional well-being, and also they will be motivated toward the work, they will have a pride. So guys, this is what we need to focus on to develop our manpower, or we can say it is a human resource development. Now we will see the next definition that is given by Palpa Subbarao. From the organizational viewpoint, human resource development is a process in which the employees of an organization are helped or motivated to acquire and develop technical, managerial, and behavioral knowledge, skills, and abilities, and mold the values, beliefs, attitude necessary to perform present and future roles by realizing the highest human potential with a view to contributing positively to the organizational, group, individual, and social goals. So, guys, here if we talk about the human resource development, then it is a kind of preparation. If you, or we can say an organization wants to prepare their employees in a such a way in all the aspects, whether it is a group work, whether it is an individual development, whether it is a social goal, or if we talk about the motivation level of the employees, then it is a kind of development which is given to an employee of an organization to have a development of all the aspects. So this is what all about the human resource development. Now we will see the next point, that is features of human resource development. So guys, let's see the characteristics, or we can say the features of human resource development. Then we have here the features. In the first, we will read the systematic and planned approach. So guys, you need to understand that human resource development is a systematic and planned approach, because whenever we want to do the development activities of our employees, then we need to think it is in advance. We need to have some planning in our hand. We need to have some system, so that we need to think in advance that how we will do the development activity, what kind of particular aspect need to be developed in our employees. So all the things are pre-decided, and system have been decided by the manager or whosoever will give or will do the development activity in advance, and it will be followed up by the system and the steps that is decided in advance by a particular person who will do the development activity of our employees. So guys, human resource development is a systematic and planned approach. This approach is adopted for the development of individuals, so that organizational, group, and individual goals are achieved. Now we will see the second feature, that is human resource development is a continuous process. Human resource development is a continuous process. It continues up to the existence of an organization continues. This process is done for the development of technical, managerial, behavioral, conceptual skills and knowledge of the employees working in an organization. So guys, how can we say that it is a continuous process? Because as you know that in the world of technology and innovations, things change rapidly, and for in such kind of environment, we need to develop our employees on a continuous basis. Because if we have done some kind of training and development activity in the past, and we think that now it is not required to do it again and again in the future, that it is wrong, because the things changes rapidly in the market, in the whole environment. So we also need to cope up with such kind of changes. We need to adopt some new technologies, we need to adopt some new policies, and for that we also need to have some dynamic and well-trained employees, well-trained manpower in our organization. So we need to do this activity again and again as and according to the changes in the environment. So we can say it is a continuous process. Now we will see the third feature, that is development at all levels. Human resource development does not include the development of skills and knowledge only at the individual level. It also includes development at group level and organizational level. So guys, we need to we need to consider all the things at the same time. It is not only about the bottom level of it is not only about the bottom level employees or particular manager aspect, but we also need to consider the top level and middle level as well as the bottom level of organizational to do the development activity particularly. Now, guys, we will see the fourth feature, that multidisciplinary combination. Human resource development is a combination of different subjects. It draws inputs from management, commerce, economics, engineering, medicine, technology, psychology, anthropology. So, guys, it is not only about a particular subject to give the knowledge of that particular subject to an employee, but we need to consider all the important subjects, all the important aspect and a field of which the employee need to have a knowledge to work in such kind of dynamic environment. And we also need to make sure that it includes techniques and processes. Human resources development includes various techniques and processes. Techniques and processes like performance appraisal, training, career planning and development, management development, organization development, counseling, social and religious programs, employees involvement of workers' participations, quality circles, money rewards, role analysis, grievance mechanism are included. So guys, you can see over here that all these things will also be considered in such kind of development activity. So guys, whenever we have decided to do the development activity of our employees, or we, as you know that it is a continuous process, so we need to do such kind of activity on a regular basis. So we will consider all such things in our activity. Now we will see the next feature, that is necessary for all industries. So guys, development activity is not necessary for a particular kind of industries, but it is required for all kind of industries where the manpower is required, where the manpower works. So guys, let's see. Human resource development is not necessary only for manufacturing and service industry. It is necessary for all type of industries. It is even necessary for information technology industry also. So guys, you can see over here that it has a wide range of necessity. Now we will see the next feature, that is part of human resource management. Human resource development is mainly concerned with developing the skills, knowledge, and competencies of human resources. Hence, achievement of individual, group, and organizational goals becomes possible through effective utilization of human resources. Thus, human resource development is a part of human resource management. So, guys, you just need to remember that it is a part of human resource management, as your subject is human resource management, and uh, if it is not only the subject, but it is a whole department of and any organization that to manage the all human resources or all the employees working in an organization. So development activity is a part of human resource management. And now we'll see the last feature of human resource management given in this book is two purposes. Human resource development has two specific purposes. The one to provide greater opportunities to employees to develop and grow within the company itself. And second, it also aims at strengthening management teams at all organizational levels. So guys, here we can see that why we need to give, or we can say why we need to have a development activity in our organization, or why we need to develop our employees, that there are two different purposes, as you can see over here, that to provide greater opportunity to employees to develop and grow within the company itself. So guys, if we do the development activity, if we give proper training to our employees, if we develop our employees in the company itself, then they will have a better opportunity in future. Our employees themselves be developed to have to accept more capabilities, to accept more challenges in the future, and they can be promoted to the higher post in the future. And the second, it also aims at strengthening management teams of all organization levels. And as as our employees are well trained and they are highly developed, then it is considered as a strength of an organization in in the organization itself. So our organization will also be the strong in the future if our employees are highly trained and well developed. So yes, this is what all about the features of the human resource development. Now we will see the fourth point that is given over here, that need for human resource development. What is the need for human resource development? Let's see. The first we are given the introduction. And guys, in the point we will discuss that why we need to have human resource development activity in our organization. So introduction, modern time is an era of change. So guys, as I already told you that in the world of innovation and technology, things change rapidly in the market. um, Continuous on the continuous basis, new things are coming up, and people need to be aware with the things that how it works, and we can say with the new technology things will be very easy to do, and everything changes. So to survive in the market for any organization, they need to be aware with the technology that is coming up in the market on the days going on. So guys, in the modern time is the era of change. Every day new inventions take place in the different sectors. Every day continuous changes take place in the technology, types of business, products and services, production processes, political situation, organizational strength, etc. Hence, all business and industrial organization become dynamic. Also, business unit become more dynamic due to privatization, liberalization, and globalization. In such circumstances, changes takes place in a demand for the development of human resources. So, guys, yes, you can see over here that in all the fields of the environment, changes comes up as the time goes up. So, guys. With the dynamization, or we can say with the change in the environment, all the organization needs to have to cope up with such kind of changes, or changes may be positive or the negative for the organization. So to cope up with such kind of changes, organization need to have highly developed employees, and they also need to change their policies according to the change in the market. So they need to be the dynamic in the market. For that, we need to have changes, or we can say we need to have human resource development activity in our organization. Second, we will see the main point, that need for human resource development. Why? What is the need for human resource development? Let's see, guys. The first thing, changes in economic policy. When the economic policies change, we also need to change our policies according to the changes in the economic policy of the country. So we need to change, or we can say we need to have the human resource development activity in our organization. Let's read the further explanation given over here, that in modern time, almost all the government over the world have changed their economic policies. Almost all the government have changed their economic policies from communist or socialistic style to capitalistic style. In 1991, Indian government has liberalized its economic policies. Liberalization, privatization, and globalization created threat for the weak firms and created opportunities for the big firms. Big firms started developing their human resources for exploiting the opportunities. This way, capitalistic economic policy and its implementation requires the development of human resources in the country, because who works for our organization? Our human resources, our employees works for us. When our employees are not developed, then they will not be able to work in such kind of environment which changes which changes frequently in the dynamic world. So guys, we also need to develop our human resources. We also need to develop our employees to work in the environment where the new inventions and technology changes. So guys, this is why we need to have the human resource development activity in our organization. Now we will see the second thing, technological advances. For the survival and development for organization, it should adopt the latest technology. But adoption of latest technology is not sufficient. It requires develop employees, because when the technology changes, we also need to develop our employees to use, or we can say to utilize such technology, such a new technology. So we also need to give them a proper training, and give to make them aware with such new thing in the technology. So it requires develop employees. Development of employees is possible through human resource development. Modern time is the era of information technology, high level production and service technology. In modern times, human resource development is inevitable. Now, guys, we will see the third need, that why we need to have the human resource development activity. Changes take place in the job requirement. Dynamic organizations bring changes in the organizational design and job design. The changes in job design brings changes in the job description and job specification. Human resource development becomes necessary due to these changes. Now we will see multi-skilled human resources. The employees have to take up multiple activities due to changing trend in industrialization and structuring jobs. The customer-oriented approach demanded flexible organization and flexible work. Multiple skill employees are required due to these changes. Employees acquire and develop multiple skills with the help of human resource development. So, guys, in this kind of era, or we can say in the modern era, employees need to have, we can say, the dynamic skills. They need to have a versatility in their themselves to do the work according to the changes in the environment. So they need to have a versatility in their in themselves to to give the service, or we can say to do the multiple tasks at a single time. So guys, in multi-skilled human resources is required in the modern era of the industries. Now we will see the next point, that is organizational complexity. Nowadays organizations become complex due to increased mechanism, or we can say automation, production of variety of products and providing services. Management of complex organization is not possible without human resource development. So guys, you can clearly understand that in the new era, or we can say nowadays, everything's become very complex. We need to have the knowledge of latest technology, we need to have a knowledge of using of latest technology, we need to have a knowledge of the utilization of the innovations and technology in the market. So guys, for that our employees should be well trained and developed to utilize such thing properly from the market. And sixth need, that is organizational viability and transformation process. The environment threats affects continuously to organizational viability. If organization does not change according to the changing environment factors, it will result into losing its market share. If the organization wants to adopt these changes first, then it has to develop the human resources. Because guys, when the technology changes, when the era changes, new things coming up in the market, and to adopt such new things, we need to have developed employees. Because when we adopt new technology, and if our employees are not able, or they are not comfortable to work with the new changes in the market, then it will be the loss for the company or the organization. So first of all, before adopting a new technology, we need to prepare our employees to do the work with such kind of new things. So guys, for that we need to have the human resource development activity. And the last need that we can read over here, that human relations. In modern times, most of the organization adopt the human relation approach. Workers are treated as a human being and not as a factor of production. So guys, worker will be considered as a human being. They will be treated properly in the organization. So they will, or we can say a superior and subordinate relationship will be maintained properly, and will be, we can say the collaboration can be seen in the organization, and everyone will work according to the organizational policy, and dispute will be, we can say, reduced, and all the things will going smooth in the organization if there will be a good relation between boss and, we can say, or the superiors and the juniors. So workers are treated as human being and not a factor of production. High uh, humanitarian attitude is being adopted towards them. In the modern time, most of the organization adopt human relation approach. Hence, it requires human resource development. So, guys, why we need to have a human resource development, or what are the needs of the human resource development that we have seen? Now we will see functions of human resource development. What are the functions of human resource development? We will see it one by one. That functions of human resource development, we will see the first, that is performance appraisal, employee training, executive development, career planning and development, succession planning and development, organizational change and organizational development, involvement in social and religious organization, involvement in quality circles, and involvement in workers participation in management. So, guys, these are the things that we need to do to have the human resource development. So, guys, it is not a one activity, but here we can say in the human resource development, if we want to do the human resource, here we will see over here that, sorry guys for the interruption. Now we will see all the activities of the all the functions of human resource development one by one. So here, as we have read all the functions of human resource development, now we will see it one by one. Performance appraisal. What is performance appraisal? Means, guys, performance appraisal means systematic evaluation of an employee's performance on the job in the terms of requirement of the job. Performance appraisal is done with the objective of promotion, transfer, training and development, wage and salary administration, personal resource, self-improvement, etc. So, guys, these are the performance appraisal, that what can be the performance of an employee in the organization, and to whom we can give the promotion, to whom we can give the transfer, to whom we need to give a proper training and development, to whom we give such kind of wages, and to whom we give such kind of salary. So all the things will be considered in the performance appraisal on the basis of the performance of an employee. Now, guys, we will see the employee training. Training is used to indicate any process by which the aptitude, skills, abilities of employees to perform specific jobs are increased. So, guys, we will decide that how we will give the training to an employee, what kind of training will be given to them, and when that again. Okay, guys. So as the network issues, I am facing problems in recording this lecture. So okay, so we will see it again. It might be possible that due to network issue, some of the point might be skipped or not recorded.